Okay. Hello, Fit to Inspire Empire. We are doing our first official weekly team call. It is August 3rd, 8 p.m. And we just want to go over, Jesse and I went to the summit in Nashville recently, and we wanted to do a little debriefing just to kind of give you guys the lowdown on what we learned and some great takeaways. We'll also talk about some professional development that we're going to do together as a team. And I have a slideshow presentation, so if you do miss this call, all the slides will be posted on our team page, and you can refer back to them after watching this video. You can ask questions in the comment section or just shoot Jesse or I messages, and we can answer you to help you out. So I'm Tiffany Phoenix.
I'm Jessie Bain.
And most of you know us, but just in case you don't, not all of my coaches know Jessie, and Jessie's coaches may not know me. So anywho, so I'm going to do a screen share here of the slides. And let's see. Okay, you weren't supposed to see that yet. All right. Can you see it, Jessie?
Yep, we're good.
Okay. I don't know why it still says double click to edit, but okay, so and it says 2017. I'm getting ahead of myself here. So Summit 2016, that should say. So these are some awesome upcoming things that we learned about during one of our general sessions, and I just put them in sequential order, not necessarily order of importance, but starting on August 8th, so that's next Monday, there is going to be a new reality TV show. I don't know if anybody's a reality TV junkie like me, but there's going to be a new reality TV show starting on the 8th called The 20s, and it's Beachbody's search for the next super trainer. And so you get to watch these 20-somethings kind of competing against each other so that they can get their personal workout launched with the Beachbody company, and it'll be one of our new programs coming out. And that can only be seen on Beachbody On Demand. So if you have customers that have club memberships, or if you have a club membership, all you have to do is click on Beachbody On Demand as if you were going to work out, and you will see the option to watch that show there. I believe it's on once a week. I'm not sure how long it lasts. The second thing, Country Heat was released while we were at Summit, and I know you guys are all aware of that. It was fantastic seeing it live. We got to see it live on stage at one of our celebrations. It was pretty cool seeing Autumn up there with people dancing it. Lots of hype. But Beachbody is offering $1,000 per day for families that record themselves with their kids doing the Country Heat workout. So it's a pretty cool way to get some money. And if you've got somebody interested in trying out Country Heat, or if you're going to try out Country Heat, make sure you tell them about the opportunity to win $1,000 per day. I believe that's running through the month of August. Jesse, do you remember? I couldn't find the end date on it, but
I think it's just the month of August.
Okay.
I think.
I think we can look it up. I can look up the FAQ and find out for sure. But that would be a good selling point for your customers too, is not only do they get to try this awesome video that doesn't really seem like exercise, but they have the opportunity to win $1,000 per day just by submitting a video with them and their family doing the Country Heat workout. So that also starts August 8th. The next one I am ridiculously excited about. And so is Jessie. And so is everybody else, as we should be. But they're also on Beachbody On Demand. And it's only on Beachbody On Demand. This is not on television anywhere else. Starting on August 19th, there's going to be a Fixate cooking show. Autumn Calabrese and her brother, Bobby, I believe his name is. He's an international chef. They are actually going to be doing a cooking show on Beachbody On Demand, making these phenomenal recipes, everything from like Southern comfort food to, I don't know, like cauliflower breadsticks, I think she said was her favorite thing that she made. But basically, he's taking all these delicious recipes from his restaurant and they're making it portion, the containers, the color-coded containers are making it fit into that category. So it's just a cool cooking show. If you like watching the cooking channel already, which I know I enjoy sometimes, this is a cool way to get some more recipes to follow along with 21 Day Fix, Country Heat, 22-Minute Hardcore. I mean, seriously, all the new programs follow these portion control containers. So this is fantastic for your customers who struggle with meal prep, or who have a hard time coming up with new recipes to try. This is definitely a good way to get people trying new recipes that fit into those containers. And they have to have a club membership. So maybe they already have 21 Day Fix at home or another program, but they don't have a club membership. Well, there's a few different options to get a club membership now. It used to just be you would buy it, you'd get it, and it was like $40 quarterly. Now you can pay $100 for a year of Beachbody On Demand, or you can get it for $60 for 6 months, I think it is, or you can do like a 90-day one, and I don't remember how much that is, maybe 40. But so $100 a year is cheaper than it used to be, because it used to be added up to about $160 a year. Mm-hmm. So they changed that so you can have different membership lengths. You don't have to pay for it, every quarter. You can just pay it all up front if you want. So they have to be a member in order to view this Fixate cooking show, and that starts August 19th. I'm not sure how many episodes will be airing, but I know it's a good amount. So that's definitely something to share with your challengers or future challengers. The next thing up is the health bet. So Beachbody is putting $1 million in a pot. And then for every challenge pack sold, I believe, they're putting in, was it another $5, Jesse, for every challenge pack sold or something like that into this pot? And it's going to be a contest using the My Challenge Tracker app. The app is free. And I know I've tried it, and Jessie has tried it in some of her groups, and we have not had huge response to it because it's kind of lackluster compared to having the 21 Day Fix tracker where you can track a lot of things, or like a Fitbit or an Apple Watch or something like that. However, you have the chance, you being the coach, and then any of your customers have the chance to win some of the money from this pot. So depending on how many people actually do this health bet, the money could be huge, or it could be $5. You just never know. But again, it's an incentive for people to use the challenge tracker. And the stipulation is that you have to do at least 3 workouts per week, and you have to drink Shakeology 5 times per week. And then you log it in the My Challenge Tracker app, and you have to do that for the entire, I think it's runs for 4 weeks. It starts on September 5th and runs for 4 weeks. And then you split the pot. However many people do the challenge tracker app that entire time, they will be entered in to split the pot, and everybody that participates. It's not a drawing. If you participate and you use it every single day, you will get a cut of the pot. Like I said, it could be $1, it could be $100, it could be $1,000, it could be $500,000 if only 2 people do it. So I don't know how much it's going to be, but I'm going to use it because I want part of that pot. So I'm going to encourage all my challengers to do the same. And then our coach office online that we normally use on our computers is going mobile. So we will have access to our coach office on our phones coming September 6th. It rolls out earlier than that for the beta test, but it's open to all coaches September 6th. So you'll have pretty much everything at your fingertips without having to have your computer in front of you. So those are all the upcoming great things that are happening in Beachbody. And Jessie, do you have anything to add to that?
No, I'm so excited about the mobile app. Oh my goodness, that's going to be amazing, because it's so hard to see the back office on your phone. And you need a really quick, I need to look at this, I need to look at that, and it's going to be amazing.
I agree. I'm excited about it. Okay, so next slide. And you know what? I forgot my notes in the other room. Jessie, you can see the slides, right?
Yep.
Do you want to kind of start going through them while I run and grab my notes, and I'll be right back?
Sure.
Or if you remember what these were from, the Facebook. Oh, okay. So why don't you talk Snapchat, because I don't know that one as well, about how to use it, and then I'll be right back.
So one of the things that they talked about on at Summit was the power of social media, and to make sure that you are taking time to you put yourself out there personally, and like basically tell your story. And so these are some of the ones that they talked about, and Snapchat being one of them. Snapchat is kind of an interesting, if you haven't used it before, it's kind of an interesting app. It's kind of fun. But it's kind of more of like a one-way communication than like how Facebook, how it's more interactive, and you can, post something and then people comment and things like that, where it's not everyone can see your posts. So you snap a video or you snap a picture and then you send it out to people, and then it only goes to those certain people that you send it out to. So it's kind of more of a one-way communication, but it is a nice way of kind of changing up the way that you do some of your posts. So sometimes I will put something in my Snapchat and I will save it or take a picture of it or download it and then put it on my Facebook. Sometimes I'll do it those different ways. But yeah, they were just, a lot of the things that they were talking about is just being authentic on your social media. I don't know if that's the direction you were going with on this, mm-hmm. Tiffany, but just being really authentic and being yourself and telling your story, and not necessarily having those other being influenced by other coaches that are out there, because you need to be authentic to you, because somebody is going to relate to you as a coach. And so I don't know, what else did you want to talk about that?
No, that's it, just how it works kind of. And I know you can also, like, in order to get followers on Snapchat, you can obviously on Facebook say, hey, follow me on Snapchat, and put your link there so you can get more followers. Thank you. If you go back up to the top there, Facebook ads. So I don't know if any of you are familiar with ads, but you can actually boost a post to gain more traction. And so in one of our general sessions, the speaker was talking about using the money you might be using to go shopping, or, get your nails done, or any frivolous money you're spending that you don't have to spend. Taking some of that money and putting it into Facebook ads, because the formula on Facebook is ever changing. And, it used to be everyone saw everything, and now it's really hit or miss. If you haven't been present on somebody's page, they're not even seeing your feeds. And so you're putting all this stuff out there, and half of your friends list is not even seeing it. So when you pay to have it boosted, then it shows up as a sponsored ad. I know you've seen those, like, scrolling through, you see sponsored ads and it's constantly popping up. So it makes you more visible to everybody and increases your chances of somebody seeing your post and showing some interest in your challenge groups and things like that. So they did suggest, trying to boost your posts on a fairly regular basis. And there are different options for boosting. You can do anywhere from like $1 to however many dollars per day, and it'll tell you about how many people will see that post based on the amount of money you're using to boost. And that is, you can write that off as a business expenses, because you're using it to market your business. Instagram influencers, I had never heard of this, and I actually have not gotten on there to try it. Had you heard of it before, Jessie? It's my understanding that it is very similar to Facebook ads, and that it's sponsored content. So I believe it's very similar to Facebook, and where you can pay to have your Instagram posts boosted so that more people see them. So those are just some ideas. Our speaker, Gary Vaynerchuk, if you've never heard of him, go on YouTube and watch Gary Vaynerchuk, or go to winelibrary.com. He has his own YouTube show. So he's a straight shooter. I mean, he tells it like it is. And he said, oh, wah, nobody sees my post. Facebook changed their algorithm, boo-hoo. And then he said, but, no successful person just sat around waiting for people to come to them. So if you want something done and you want to be successful, you have to be the one to go out and put the work in and make it successful. And so he really suggested doing those Facebook ads and Instagram influencers, and trying Snapchat, even though like I had never even signed up for Snapchat. I just did it at Nashville. Jesse saw my reaction. I was laughing hysterically. I still don't fully know how to use it, but he said, use those new social media tools. Every new one that comes out, try it, even if it's a flop, because that's just the way the world is going. And that's how you're going to get more attention and more traction for your business. Same thing with Pinterest. You don't have to just scroll other posts on Pinterest. You can actually create your own and link it to your account, and things like that. So you take charge of your business. He also talked about creating curiosity in your posts. So get people wanting more. Don't just, spew all the prices of the challenge packs and give them all the information they need right up front. Create curiosity. Have you ever thought of this? Or, maybe you've been wondering about this. And then you can reel them in a little bit and then give them the information in a private message. Because if you're answering publicly on your comments, like, oh, well, the challenge pack is $140 for this, this, and this, well, then everybody sees that answer and they may not even reach out to you then. So it's better to just create some curiosity and then send them a private message and ask them what their goals are. Don't just try to sell them whatever's on sale. Ask them what their goals are, what types of exercise they like, because maybe they love lifting weights and they hate dancing, but you're trying to sell them Country Heat because it's on sale. So get to know them a little bit before just shoving a challenge pack down their throat. And then also, this is really important. And I think I used to post so much more about things other than Beachbody until I tried to really make this work. And now I think it's backfiring on me. So I need to get back to this, but pick about 5 to 7 things that you can post about regularly other than your workouts and Shakeology. Draw, some more friendship traction back in and curiosity about your family. And if you like fashion or if you like reading, share some good books you've read, or if you're really into music or movies or what have you, share some of those things that you're passionate about that's something other than Beachbody, to gain some traction that way too. So people can start relating to you. And then that little type at the bottom says, make sure you engage with comments left on social media. Don't just like and keep scrolling. So if somebody comments on one of your posts, comment back, even if it's just thanks, or something short. It doesn't have to be a novel, but comment back, because again, that keeps you more relevant in their feeds, and it makes them know that you're actually paying attention to what they're writing and you're not just dismissing all the comments that you're getting. So as we talk about these things, just know that I don't do all these things either. So it's not like I'm telling you to do one thing and then doing something else. These are all things I'm going to be working on as well. So anything you want to add to social media, Jesse?
Just that, one of the big takeaways from all of this was, like Tiffany said, whenever somebody comments on something, or reaches out to you, even if they send you a private message, don't just jump right on it and be like, okay, yeah, and it's $140 and this is what you get. Ask them about, go back and look at their page and look to see what their interests are and things like that. So you can actually start to have a conversation with them and say, hey, I saw that you were in your sister's wedding last weekend. You looked really beautiful in your dress, and, just being really authentic with them and having good conversations. And then once you get to know them and then start asking them about what their goals are, then you can start telling them about the price of things. But it's really about building those relationships, because that's what this whole thing is all about. It's not really about selling them something. It's about figuring out what they are doing and what their goals are.
And how you can help them.
Absolutely.
Okay, I just realized it's 8:20 and I have a million more slides.
Over plan.
So we're going to rush through these, and again, watch the video back and then look at the slides and ask questions about anything that is unclear to you. Okay, so our first workshop session was about creating your own brand, and they suggested making 3 columns so you could kind of come up with your own brand. In the first column, list things that are normal about you. Do you like doing laundry? Do you hate doing housework? Are you a dog lover? Are you a cat lover, Dana? Things like that. And then in the middle column, what have you overcome? Have you overcome some great things in your life? Did you used to be afraid to be vocal or social or present on social media, and now you're out of your shell? Did you get out of debt, and you feel financially free? what were some other things? Were you depressed before and now you feel confident because you've, lost weight or found this new healthy lease on life? So things like that, things you've overcome. And then in the third column, what makes you special and unique? What is it about you that makes you stand out from somebody else? Give them a little sneak peek into you. I put on my special unique thing that I wanted to be a singer and an actress, and deep down I still do. So maybe somebody can relate to that or get me an audition somewhere. I don't know. But just share fun things about you that are special and unique, because the big theme of this whole weekend was your vibe attracts your tribe. And you don't want to just recruit a bunch of coaches that you have nothing in common with and you're not going to work well with. You want to work with people that you have similar interests with, and you want to have the same goals and be on the same page. And so your vibe definitely attracts your tribe. So take time to create your brand so people can relate to you. And then also share your why. Why do you work out? Why do you drink Shakeology? Why did you choose to be a coach? What was it that made you do all of those things? So just sharing it and helping people relate to you. I'm going to keep going, Jessie, unless you want to add.
Nope, that's good.
Recruiting for retention. So again, I'm guilty of this. I recruit people to get a discount because that's why I signed up initially, was just to get a discount. But you also want to grow your team, because honestly, selling challenge packs is not where you're going to make, $1 million. But growing a team that is helping people, that is where it's going to happen. So GSR, getting started right. And I have not done this with all of my coaches, and I need to. But basically, you need to call your new coaches and talk with them. Find out what motivates them. How do they like to communicate? Do they prefer you to call them on the phone, text them, email them, Facebook message them? How do they feel valued? Are they the type of person that needs words of affirmation to feel like they're doing a good job? Are they the type of person that needs a handwritten letter in the mail? Are they a type of person that likes to be left alone and come to you and ask for questions? So find out how they work so you can better help them become successful coaches. You can also Google success stories on all the products. So any of the programs, maybe you haven't done one of the workouts, or you haven't tried a flavor of Shakeology, or you don't know what results could come from it. Go to YouTube or Google the success stories and learn more about how these products have helped others, so that you can then share that with your prospects and your future customers. Connect with people. So, you put a challenge group ad out there, or you send somebody a message and they say, oh, well, I feel this. And you could say, you know what, I feel this too. Or I have felt that, or, I used to feel this, but I have found that, this. So connect with them with the feel, felt, found. Try and relate to them. I get it. You don't like to work out. I didn't like to work out either, but I have found that when I do, I would feel better about myself, or something along those lines. Professional development, we'll talk more about that later. It's really key to being successful. I put it off for the longest time, and I wish I wouldn't have. And then video shares, sharing live videos in your challenge groups with your coaches, just to kind of give that more personal feel. Video shares of your workouts or something related, your Shakeology or whatnot. It's a more personal feel than just typing up a post and putting a picture on it. It's fun for people to kind of feel like they're interacting with you. So.
And for the video shares, Facebook has made it very easy by creating their live feed. Like, I know my very first one, I was so nervous, but now I'm just like, I'll just do it. I think that they like the rawness of it, instead of like having to go back and edit and do all, like, there's a place for those. But I don't know, there's something about the live feeds. I get more reactions to them.
I think I do too. I think the response is better because, like you said, they want to see the real you. They don't want to see the airbrushed, edited version of you. So it's definitely good to check in, especially in your challenge groups. Check in with a live video, with your sweaty workout or something. That way people that are maybe not feeling it that day will see you and just get pumped and motivated and want to do it. Developing team leaders. So this is a big thing our upline talks about. Rachel Robart always talks about creating a 100s list, where you create a list of 100 people every month, and that's the list you work from. Well, I would like to tell you that, yes, that's fantastic, but we've discovered teamz.com. I posted it on our team page. It actually imports all of your contacts from Facebook, and it tells you who to contact each day. There's literally no thinking required. It's amazing. I've done it for 2 days now, and I'm contacting people that I've looked at their name a million times, but I'm like, oh, I don't know if they'd like it. I don't know. I should leave them alone. And when they pop up and said, contact so-and-so, I'm like, okay, I will. And most of them, I'm just sending a message. Hey, how you doing? I'm not even selling a product. If I've talked to them about a product before, I might start off with, hey, how you doing? How's family? Saw your recent, vacation, looked like fun. I remember you said you were interested in this. Are you still interested? We're starting another challenge group or something. But you can totally start off small. Hey, how are you doing? Go to their page, like a couple of their pictures, comment on a couple of their posts, and send them a message. And so the hundreds list is fantastic if you're a paper and pencil person. Otherwise, if you go on to teamz.com and import your contacts, it literally tells you who to contact each day. Another thing to be a successful team leader, successful coach, is to work on the leadership ladder, not just selling, but advancing your rank. And you can go into your coach online office to see the requirements for all the different rungs on the ladder. Team calls, that's why we're starting them this week. They made us schedule one right then and there in our workshop. And you know what happened? Jesse and I did not say a word to each other. And we both put our phones out and we're scheduling our thing. And then we both looked at each other and we showed each other our phone, and we had the exact same day and the exact same time in our phone for our first team meeting. So there you go. Great minds think alike. Tribe's your tribe. And then push groups. Basically, that's push to Emerald. How can we help you get to Emerald? How can we help you get to Diamond? How can we help you get to Star Diamond? All of that. And so that's what a push group is. How to coach your challengers for long-term success. This one's huge. I hope the video doesn't cut us off. Be a product of the product. Most of us have gone on a journey with the products, but some of us haven't. So you need to pick a product and roll with it. And instead of taking before photos, instead of calling them your before photos, tell your challengers to call them their goodbye photos. They're saying bye to the old them and hello to the new them. And I thought that was a really cool way of looking at it, because nobody likes taking before photos. Let's face it, everyone hates it and they want to not do it. And then most people regret not doing it when they see the results that they've gotten. So, tell them, think of it as a goodbye photo. Never ask a customer to do something you wouldn't do. Don't expect them to follow a program if you are going to be constantly falling off the wagon. You want to set a good example for them. I've started programs and not completed them, and I feel like my challenge groups suffer when I do that because I'm not being as consistent. So don't ask them to do something that you're not willing to do. Also, this was a huge one. Stop starting over. This is a lifestyle change. So this was a big one. Let me just find my notes really quick. Okay, so they gave this, example. Customers in the middle of a program and they have a hiccup. They've either got a vacation coming up, or they had a cheat meal, or they missed a couple workouts. And then they get really down on themselves and they're like, okay, well, I'm just going to start over Monday. And they go back to square one. And that right there is where people fail, because they feel like they're constantly starting over. And so if you can just encourage them to keep moving forward and say, yeah, you missed 2 workouts, just start right where you left off. Don't go back to square one. You've already come this far. Just keep pushing forward. We have cheat meals. We have vacations. We have, bachelorette parties. We have whatever. Don't let that derail you, and don't think you have to start over every single time, because then that mountain gets higher and higher to climb. This is the analogy they were using. That mountain gets so big that you don't even want to climb it again. You just give up. You're like, I'm tired of starting over. And Autumn says that in one of her videos. If you're tired of starting over, then stop giving up, I think is what she says. So in order to be more successful, let them know that it's a lifestyle change. Hiccups happen. You're not expected to be perfect, but you want to continue to go forward. You don't ever want to take a step back. So stop starting over and just keep going. Find out their why. I have not been great at this. I ask them what they want and what their goals are, but I haven't found out why, and I need to start doing this. I thought this was a really good one. Why do they want to lose weight? What's the reason behind it? Do they just want to look skinny, or, what's the reason? Do they want to lose weight so they can run around with their children? Do they have health issues? Like, why is it that they want to start this program? And by you knowing that, then you can better help guide them to success. Ask permission to hold them accountable. I just had this conversation with a challenger today. I had contacted her and hadn't heard back in a while, and she finally said, yes, I totally got derailed. I'm starting back up. And she said, once I commit, I commit. And I said, okay, do I have permission to hold you accountable then, since you're ready to commit? And she said, yes, please. And I said, do you like tough love, or do you prefer a gentle nudge? Because you want to find out what their style is. Some people are going to run away if you try to give them tough love. They're going to say, screw you. You're not, my mom. Like, why? Don't talk to me like that. So ask them how they like to be approached, And she said, no, give me tough love. I'm a soldier. And once I commit, I commit. And so I said, okay. And then I said, how do you want me to do that? Do you want me to do it via a phone call, a text, an email, a Facebook message? So find out if you can hold them accountable, how they prefer to be held accountable, and how you can best contact for that accountability. And then also share your vision for health and coaching with others, your challengers and any other prospects. What is your vision for your health long term? Don't just think about present, I have to get into a dress for my sister's wedding. Like, think long-term goals. What is your long-term health goal and your long-term coaching goal? Did you sign up just because you want to drink Shakeology for a little bit? But then what? So do you want to make this a lifelong business and continue to help end the trend of obesity? And we found out there are still 26 million people, million or billion, Jesse? I don't remember. 26 million people that are obese in like America alone. So that's not including in other countries. And yeah, there's a ton of Beachbody coaches, but there's by far more people that need our help. And so, what is your vision for coaching? Do you see this as becoming a lifelong career for you? Do you see having financial freedom from this career? Do you see staying home with your kids, leaving your corporate job? Or do you see it as just being a supplemental income or a hobby? And that's fine too, but just know what your vision is and what you want out of it long term. And then goals. Make sure you set them and write them out as if they've already happened. So don't just say, I will this. Say on August 8th, 2017, I am a 5-star diamond coach. And so you're right, big goals. So set your goals and then write them out as if they have already happened. Commit to them.
I think I'm going to put together a dream board. They talked about dream boards a lot, and like have it hung up somewhere that you can go back and reference back to and dream big.
Have it staring at you in the face every day.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a great idea. Maybe that's something we could do together as a team, even, is kind of like show templates for different dream boards and then everyone create them and then share them, share a photo of it or something with the team. I think that would be awesome. Professional development, huge. Like I said, I put it off for the longest time because I was like, I don't need to read those hokey books. Like, that's just silly. But I will honestly say I'm a people pleaser, and I used to feel uncomfortable, like asking somebody to do something and then getting rejected, and I would kind of take it personally. And after reading Go for No, which takes like 2 seconds to read, it's the smallest book ever, but it's really good, I thought, you know what, like, what's the worst thing that could happen? They could say no. It's not like they're not my friend anymore or not my, I'm just sharing something with them that I'm really passionate about and that has worked for me. And the worst thing they're going to say is no, and that's totally fine. And you move on. And so basically it's like, go for 100 no's and you might get 10 yeses. And so that's our big thing, is go for no. But some other things that you could read, these are just suggestions. There are so many more out there. Eat That Frog. I'm reading it right now. It's really good so far. You Are a Badass is hilarious and very different from other not self-help, from other, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't even know.
Just like personal development.
Yeah. And that's what that should say, personal development, not professional development. That's the teacher in me. But it's amazing. So Eat That Frog, You Are a Badass, Go for No. Compound Effect's a good one. 30-Day Push. If we have time, we will talk more about that one later, but it's from Shailene Johnson, the Turbo Jam, Turbo Fire, Turbo Kick, PIO guru. She has an awesome book out that helps you. Oh yeah, Jesse's wearing her shirt. We got to work out with her live. And DarrenDaily.com is another one you can subscribe to, and you get daily motivational stuff to help you. Follow some of the top coaches on YouTube: Melanie Mitro, Caleb Thomas, Jatana Jackson, Amy Silverman, Bonnie Ingle, Scotty Hobbs, Anita Meyer, and they're all top coaches, really good. And they have tons of YouTube videos to help you move your business forward, how to do challenge groups, everything you can think of. Podcast, Shailene Johnson has an awesome podcast. I know Jesse listens to that one. Adam Calabrese, I believe, has one, and there are others as well. I think there's an actual Beachbody podcast, if I'm not mistaken.
You can actually hear the wake-up calls.
Oh, okay, on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which is the next thing, wake-up call, every Monday at 8 a.m., and for those of you that are, working outside the home, there's always a playback. It usually shows up within an hour after the original one airs. And so you can go listen to the playback, but I highly recommend listening to it. They usually last anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes, but they're full of great information. And then our team meetings, which we started tonight, and we will do every Wednesday from here on out. And if you can make them, fantastic. If you can't, you can watch the recording. And always feel free to invite somebody who may be interested in our meetings, or in becoming, not in our meetings, in becoming a coach. Mm-hmm. And I think this is the last slide, commit. So they also made us look to our neighbor at the workshop and say, okay, I'm committing to this program for 30 days. So choose a program and commit, and make it known on your social media. Let them know what you're doing. Share your entire journey the whole time. Show up every single day, drink your Shakeology every day, and stay strict, because they're looking to see if you can stay the course. And again, some of you may be at your goal already and you're just in maintenance phase. But when you have new people coming in, if they see you being lackadaisical and not taking it seriously, they're going to think that they're going to get the same results you've gotten by being lackadaisical, and that's not true. You know that you got those results because you were really strict with yourself when you first started out. And so just to be fair and to be true, and to not ask them to do something you're not going to do, then you need to try and stay as strict as possible, because they're watching you. Even if they're not commenting or checking in all the time in your groups, they are watching to see if you're doing it, because they're waiting for you to fail. And if you're not, and you're consistent and you keep going, then they're going to keep going also. That's going to inspire them. Hi, Parker. And then I just want to end with this. I think it was her comment, but maybe she got it from somewhere else. Jen Wall was one of our speakers, but she said, silent success stories help no one. So if you stay silent about these amazing results you've gotten, you're not going to be helping anybody get those same results. So share your stories and be proud of what you have accomplished, whether you're at your goal yet or not. Just share your stories, because that's what people can relate to. And then Spider-Man over there, stop share. Hey, Spider-Man. Is trying to forego bedtime, I think. And I think I have a little in the background trying to do the same thing. So, Jessie, is there anything that you want to add before we sign off?
I don't think so. Well, actually, yeah. So one of the thing that you were talking about before, about posting about how the cost of the challenge packs and putting that in your posts and things like that, I really took that to heart. And I mean, even tonight's post, I mentioned that they're on sale, but I did it in a different way. So, where I just was holding them and I was like, oh my goodness, look what they're doing. And so just be creative. That's really what it is be creative and be yourself whenever you do your posts.
I agree 100%. It's easy to just put the basics out there and they can choose to or not choose to. But if you really want to connect with people, then you have to, put that mass ad out there and then connect with them individually. And that's where you're going to make your, help. That's where you're going to do your helping. So, hey, Parker. Hi. So I think that's it. We're going to sign off. We went a little bit over 30 minutes, and Zoom did not kick me off. And so that's good.
Yeah.
So I will put the agenda together for next week's meeting and give you a heads up a couple days before. And we will meet again, same time. I'll be in a different place. I'll be coming to you from San Diego, but I will be here. 8 p.m. Wednesday, August 10th? 10th. Because today's the 3rd, right?
It's the 10th, yeah.
Okay, so Wednesday, August 10th, 8 p.m. will be our next meeting. And please, please, please ask questions about any of this. I know I rushed through it and didn't give myself enough time. So anyway, hope you guys have a great night. Thanks, Jesse. Good night, Parker.
Bye.